Hey, welcome back to an episode of the Ramen Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, bud.
How you doing, man?
I'm so good.
Nice
it's
to
good
see
to have you back.
It's good to have you back.
You know, it's hard when you see somebody who's sitting in your place
and it not be
you
me.
expect them to, be the same person.
Mm-hmm.
They just aren't. Not all the time.
Yeah.
But they're a fun little treat every 12 weeks.
You did that.
Both. A little bit of both.
You did that when I was listening to the podcast from last week. You're like, yeah, haven't seen you in 12 months. Like, you've for sure seen Kyle before that. Like, it's no way. It's like about 12 weeks.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Few. Some time.
So, man, I haven't seen your face in a bit.
Yeah,
It
it's been
good.
since, I think, when Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreamy Girl.
Last Wednesday.
Came
2 Wednesdays ago?
It was on a Wednesday. Thursday, was it? Friday?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
It was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday.
It was like a week ago from today. And then we told people, hey, go listen to this fucking episode and then go and watch the fucking movie or whatever so you can listen to this episode that we're recording.
Okay,
it's
hold on.
of...
So it wasn't last Wednesday.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was a week ago.
No, it wasn't last Wednesday because you and Kyle did the...
Right. We did the podcast on that Monday.
Yeah, but no. I remember driving back with you. You and Kyle hadn't done that episode yet, had you?
Yeah, we had.
Had you?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
It was like a week ago.
It was like no time at all.
I've missed you a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Seen you in a while.
It's tough, man. It's been 5 days. A rough 5.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But it's fine. We get to talk about Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreamy Girl, which is the continuation of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Essentially, this is a continuation of the light novel series. I would say it's a continuation of the show, but in reality, each little story arc is just hey, you know these characters. There's a whole new thing's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like it's... Man, I wonder what's going to happen next. So
yeah, it's a movie.
Else.
It was like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, it's like a real ass movie.
Yeah. We're gonna spoil it.
We're definitely gonna spoil it for anyone that likes the show. Just know it's good.
Yeah, check out the movie.
Great ass time. And that being said, it's a great ass time. And then we'll get into that later.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, we're for sure gonna spoil it because there's no way to talk about it with us out without spoiling it. And if you don't care, stick around. If you do, sorry, bud.
I've thought about it a lot since we
have you?
saw it. I liked it a lot.
I thought about it on the drive here.
I wonder why.
I was like, man, I feel like, what are we talking about this week? It's like, oh shit. You know what's funny?
Honestly, I kind of wanted to go into the episode and just be like, you run the show, bitch. And just hope that you forgot what we're talking about. Because normally we prepare like a day or two beforehand. Yeah. But this was like 5 days ago.
Yeah. Well, no, what's funny is that I made plans today to go to the movies with Sierra. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And we're going to watch The Joker.
Yeah.
And I was like super excited. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. And then we're just chilling, watching whatever's on TV. And Sierra goes, did you have the podcast on Monday? And I go, oh, fuck, that's right. I did do that.
It's weird because since we normally prepare beforehand and we'll like communicate kind of while it's going, hey, you seen it yet? Nah, man.
No.
That's it. It's usually like Saturday or Sunday. Like, no. We're like, nah, I got like 2 days though. So fuck you.
You will be like, yeah, man, what time record? 7? Cool. I got all morning to do it.
Hell yeah.
No. So I totally forgot I did the podcast. I took 1 week off and I was like, yeah, that's right. I do a podcast about anime. I should probably.
We're coming to an end.
And so then I canceled. Yeah, we're coming. So I canceled my movies with Sierra and I was like, how about Tuesday? Can't do that. Wednesday, can't do that. I was like, and I just sitting there really like upset. And Sierra goes, movies on Thursday? I was like, yeah, I fucking guess. Like there's no other option. It's a bummer.
You could just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, fuck.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Thursday.
What if the movies came to you guys?
Whoa, like Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'd be cool.
That's it. Cool, man. So what have you been doing this last week?
Okay.
Because I know about your trip to Sacramento, and we'll share that one together. So update me about everything else.
Okay, so trip to Sacramento. Mm-hmm. I've recently been lifting. I know everybody knows that. Lifting, LYFT, not lifting like lifting weights. Because
legit, dude, I totally forgot. Because I'm like, we've talked about you doing your driving thing, but I was like,
why are these spelling?
You've been lifting weights?
Weights? Fucking Christ.
Like you explaining it right there. I'm glad you did clarify because I was fucking confused.
Some guy hit us up on the Facebook. He's like, hey man, nice. Like Juan got a tattoo. He's lifting now. He's going through a midlife crisis. Like, wrong type of lifting.
No, but it's still a midlife crisis.
Yeah, yeah. For sure, still
like
have
a few years early. Yeah, like 2 years early.
But
you're gonna live until 54 or whatever.
I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I've had a few strange rides. I told you about the one. I didn't tell you on the pod, but I told you when I was driving. I picked up the guy and he was whispering to me and being what really set off the encounter being unpleasant was legitimately. After he tells me to turn off the AC and put the volume really low on the music, he whispers to me "Hey, we're gonna have a good time tonight." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking? What is this?"
And how old was he?
He was old. He was probably in his 50s, late 50s. He did this thing where he said, "We're gonna go to my girlfriend's house and I need to check something out and then come back." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." And I tried to explain to him that the way I get paid is that he needs to put that as a stop, and then his final destination would be his home again. And he goes, he's very adamant that that's not how it works. And I was like, that's how it works. That's how I get paid. And him and I were kind of arguing along the way. And I was like, it was really frustrating because I wanted to be listen, asshole, you're going to either put this shit in the app or I'm just going to drop you off there. I don't care, And he's like, oh, we'll take care of it. And, we're listening to music along the way. He's very, his age shows a lot, He does a bit where a rap song's playing and it's a very, in my opinion, very tasteful rap song. It's not some fucking hardcore gangster shit. It's very radio friendly rap. It's some Drake shit, some really soft stuff. And then he kind of goes, "Hey, do you have any other? Do you have any other music?" And I go, "Yes, I literally have any music you want. What do you want to hear?" And he goes, "I'm not. It's not that I have anything against rap and hip hop, and I don't like this rap and hip hop." I was like, "Cool, yeah. What do you want to hear?" And he goes, "What's the name of that little black kid with the pink hair that raps?" And I go, "Fucking Christ,
anyone.
That could be anyone, And I go,
"What would a white dude know?"
Exactly. And I go, I was trying to ask, do you know what song he plays or whatever? Any words? And he goes, "No, man, it's all over the place. It's brand new." He's everywhere. He's on TV, and he's got pink hair. You know what I'm talking about? A little black kid with pink hair. And I go, fuck. And I go. And then I was trying to think, who's the most recent popular rapper to blow up? And I go, was he on Ellen? Is he the guy that recently came out as gay? And he goes, yeah, the little gay one. And I was like, you talk about little Nas X? And he goes, yeah, the little Nazi guy. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. You want to hear his new song? And he goes, yeah, I want to hear his new song. And I go, in my head, because I go, his new song is called Panini. I was like, okay, fine. So I start looking it up, And he goes, play the remix version. I go, okay, sure. Because on Spotify, there's two versions.
Yeah.
He goes, the remix version's longer. And I look at it, and the remix version is 2 seconds longer. So I go, okay, cool. Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about, So I play it, and we're listening to it. I don't actually mind the song. It's fine. It's not amazing.
It's not your go-to.
Yeah. What I really like about it is the music video. So whenever I think of the song, I think about the music video. Music video, the budget is insane, dude. You have to check it out. It's out of this world.
I'll check it out.
It's pretty wild. And then he goes, no, this isn't it. This is wrong. This isn't the song. I go, okay. Is it the other Lil Nas X song? Is it Old Town Road? Yeah, that's the one, man. That's the one. I was like, okay, cool. So then I play it, and he goes, the one with Billy Ray Cyrus. He's like, yeah, that one. And so he starts singing along and rapping, and he goes, this is rap and hip hop, man. This is so smart. It's got all that, that Afro culture and that, white culture. And I go, fuck, this guy sucks ass. Anyways, we get closer to the place we're supposed to be. And I kind of ask, are you house sitting or something? Or are you pet sitting? You just gotta, is your girlfriend out of town or something? He's like, no, you just gotta pop in and check something out and then come back out. I was like, okay, cool, no worries. Because he said adamantly that he did this the week before or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
he probably did. He's probably a fucking freak.
Absolutely. So we get closer to the house and he goes, hey, turn the volume down. So I turn the volume down. He goes, hey, slow down. So slow the car down. He goes, pull over right here. And I pull over. And then he just jumps out the car and kind of squats and walks up to this house and peers through the window, looks at his phone and texts, and then peers through the window again and looks back at his phone, waits for a bit, peers in the window again, looks at his phone one more time, and then crawls back to my car and he goes, all right, let's get out of here. I was like, oh, fucking Christ. And on the way back, he got a phone call from some woman, and he's trying to be very coy, yeah, casual, nothing's going on, And I can hear everything. He told me to turn off the radio. And he starts crying,
Been there, crying in a lift. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then he apologizes. He goes like, yeah, I just want to let you know the thing that happened last night just, was, I'm sorry about that. And I hear her go like, it's cool. And he goes, no, it's not cool. It's like, it's for sure. It's like not cool. And it's like, man, I don't know what the fuck you did. But it's not cool.
This shit ain't cool.
Yeah, this shit ain't cool, man. And then she goes, like, hey, it's okay. It's like, do you want me to come over to your place? He's like, no, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Don't come to my place. And I was like, yeah, because we're driving to your place right now. You fucking freak.
Yeah.
Hangs up and he goes, he's at a big sigh and he goes, hey man, you married or got like a girlfriend? And I go, yeah, I am married. And he goes, how old are you? 26. And he goes, yeah, I think I got my first marriage when I was 27. Man, it's so fucking hard. And I just kind of like looking straight forward and I go, yep, it's tough. I fucking pull over, fucking skid out. Anyways, so what I gathered from this thing is this guy was I helped this guy stalk somebody, either his actual girlfriend or somebody he's talking to.
Yep.
It made me feel really uncomfortable. So I ended up like contacting Lyft and be like, hey, this is what happened. I don't ever want to see this guy ever again. You can just write someone really low.
Yeah.
So that was like so far my worst and weirdest experience with lifting. I also started Ubering, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So it was worth getting into?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason I Ubered was because this weekend was Oktoberfest, right?
Yep.
And fucking Ubered... I don't know. Uber does a better job with like surge pricing, which sucks as a consumer, right?
Yeah.
As personally,
as a consumer, I will use Lyft.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. So like, I feel really bad when someone's ride is like $20.
Well, Uber is a bigger name.
Mm-hmm. It's the first one to it, Mm-hmm. So I think that's what they got going for them. Like people know them more, right? So and their people are willing to pay. Lyft is like a little more affordable. They're trying to do other things like to make drivers be willing to like drive for them.
Yeah, because the more drivers they have, the more that they could start boosting their prices.
The thing they're not doing is paying them more, which is the biggest factor for me to drive Uber, right?
Yeah.
So what they do this thing where like whenever they're busy, they do this thing. They send out bonuses. They go, hey, we'll give you an extra $15 if you do 3 rides in a row at this specific hour of the day. And sometimes it's worth it. You go, cool, 3 rides, that'll take me about an hour. That's $15 plus whatever I make. All right, fine. So yeah, so Lyft in that sense is good, and then Uber's good for surge prices. If I had to pick one or the other, I'm going with Lyft because it's more affordable. But as a driver, fuck that. I want surge up the ass. I want so much money.
Hell yeah, you do.
I made a bunch of money because people are drunk and they're like, I took one guy all the way up to Paradise, which is the town over. It's like 7 minutes away, the one that burned down. Yeah, he just fell asleep in my car and then I pull over and I go, hey man, you're here. And he keeps staring at me and I go, hey man. And I don't know where the fuck I am. It's dark. I've never been to Paradise in the night. There's nothing there. No. It's just like a fucking trailer. And he goes, I'm gonna go, hey man, this is your house, right? And he keeps just staring at me and I look at him and go, hey man, do we have a problem? Like, is something going on here? Like, it was like, are we gonna go, bro? I've been lifting, and he goes, no, he goes, no, I'm sorry for falling asleep in your car. He apologized for falling asleep. I was like, hey man, it's no problem at all. Just get out of my car, leave me alone. He did. Took him a while, but he got out of my car. So those are the most exciting things I've been doing. Uber, Lyft. I've decided that like I just kind of bounce between the two of them. Because at first I was just like, I'll stick with one. It makes more sense to pick and choose the days and the times or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing with my life. I don't think I've been doing anything else that's like super great. Sierra's car broke down. Tell you about this.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I
felt really bad.
Left her stranded. I felt bad because I was asleep. She called me, didn't answer. It was early. It was like 6.
I know about that. Yeah, that's pretty early.
We did manage to get her a new car.
Called me and I wouldn't have answered.
Yeah, probably.
No, I'm fucking with you. I freak out if my phone goes off, so I for sure would be up. Yeah,
no, my phone's always on vibrate, and it just
me too. But at night, I feel like that would freak me out, and I would wake up.
I just always vibrate at night, so I can't notice.
I mean, still,
but we managed to get her a newer vehicle.
Yeah, hell yeah!
Today I went to the DMV and got it registered. It was it's not as bad as people always make it out to be. Like I don't like the DMV.
It depends.
No one likes the DMV, But I was like, I waited in line. I got my number. I sat down. People kept complaining about how slow the line was moving. I was like,
you just sit around for like 30 to an hour if you have to.
I was like, yeah, it's a DMV, man. Like, where do you expect? One guy kept complaining because he was in the appointments line, and he goes like, how is it that the non-appointments line keeps moving? I was like, I don't know. Maybe because the person in front of you that's helping the appointment people is taking a really long time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I mean,
I agree with him. That's fucked up.
It is fucked. But I was like, what did he want us to do? Did he want us to be like, sir, you were here. an hour after us, after I've been in the line. You did make an appointment. You were in the designated area. I'm sorry that...
Well, it shouldn't be your problem.
No,
it should be their problem at the DMV. They should be like, hey, you've been waiting for an appointment.
Come in.
I fucking got you.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not. It's for sure not my fault that the appointment line at the DMV does not work the way it should.
No, that's fucked up. That's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but we got the car registered, got stickers for it. So everything's cool, man. I mean,
sticky.
Bella got sick earlier.
Ah, nice.
Took her to the vet.
Hell yeah.
She weighs 79 pounds. She's a big, dumb bitch.
She huge.
Yeah, and she's going to get bigger. Been feeding her some treats. She's been having stomach issues.
Oh, yeah.
Had a barbecue for Sierra's mom. Mm-hmm. Played some catch.
Rad.
Played some cribbage.
Hell yeah.
Lost. That's
Hang
it.
on. Moment of silence for our losses. What?
Winning. Won fantasy football.
Oh, baby.
Scored over 165 points.
That's too many points.
That's too many points. The guy I played scored 84 points.
Yikes.
Killed him. Chargers lost it this week.
Yeah,
it's ups, my week has been ups and downs. That's what I'm going through, man.
You like the Chargers?
I love the Chargers.
Okay, I just learned that.
We talked about this.
Yeah, a lot on the podcast, but you know.
There's also in my room there was a flag, like a big old Chargers flag.
Yeah, I've never been in your room.
Yeah, you have. Yes, you have.
When
we used to record the podcast in my room.
I don't remember that.
It was like 2 years ago.
Nah.
All right. Well, that's it, man. That's it. That's all that comes to mind. I've been doing some stuff. Been watching some TVs and movies.
I like those. Big into TVs and movies.
What about you, man? What you been up to?
Same things.
Yeah, Monster Hunter?
No, mostly just Uber and Lyft. And I've been playing a lot of Before Bed.
I love that game, Before Bed.
Yeah, Before Bed's a lot of fun. I've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
The remastered one?
Yeah. It was a fun childhood game. I loved it as a kid. It was one of my first, handheld games, so I played the fuck out of it. Mm-hmm. As an adult,
hate it.
It's so nostalgic.
Oh, you love it.
But
you hate it.
Don't know if it's good for new players. It's kind of one of those things where I'm playing it like, oh man, I fucking love this. The sound design, the way everything looks, it's all fantastic. It's all superb. But something about it feels really simple and easy. And I don't know if it's just because I know things a little bit kind of about where to go or whatever, or if it's like really obvious and there's not much to it. But I'm having mixed feelings about it. I'm okay with it being that easy as an adult who doesn't need to spend all of my time playing games. I like having some every once in a while that are just a fun little play that I'm not going to lose my whole life to, unlike Monster Hunter or fucking whatever the hell else I'm going to wind up playing. So I've been playing that, and it's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend it to Zelda fans, but I don't think people should go into it expecting anything revolutionary. It's just a very clean, cute style that's different from other stuff. And fuck, the soundtrack and the sound design. Superb. Just amazing. Incredible. Other than that, I played Minecraft on Saturday.
Yeah.
We play Minecraft hardcore every, half a year or so usually. But this time we wanted to play because our buddy Sam might be taking a job where he'll be gone for a couple of months. So this was kind of like a goodbye gaming sesh with everyone. And I think this is one of the very few times, there may have been 2 other times in the past, maybe only one, that we all died and nobody beat the dragon.
No way.
That's the way things go sometimes, man. It's not easy to play it on hardcore.
How many of you guys?
When you're dead, you're dead. 5. So we started out, Kyle, Eliza, Sam, myself, and Abe, right? We did pretty good for like 4 or 5 hours. There were some times where like people were screaming and I did not know what was happening, but lots of screaming was happening. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, it's fine. We're fine. Nothing's wrong. Don't worry. We're fine. We're fine. Like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean you almost died and you're fine now? Or does that mean that some shit could have been really bad, but it wound up being not a big issue? I don't know. Turns out, I think it was Sam and Kyle. They were exploring some area and something dropped from above and they thought it was a creeper for a second, which would have meant that they're both dead. They had like no armor, couldn't really do much. Wound up just being a zombie. So it scared the fuck out of them, but they were totally fine. continue on about hour 4 or 5, whenever it was. Abe had spent the whole game trying to build this like pirate ship in this little bay area that we were staying in. I just went for like an underground, not even fucking caring about it, base while I was trying to get all the shit done possible. And I'm like, you guys make stuff look nice and I'll help. Turns out everyone just wanted their own place except for Eliza and I, and we didn't really care. Kyle built his own house. Sam built his own house, and they all had different designs. Sam went more traditional, and Kyle went for like a modern, and Abe was doing a pirate ship. Mm-hmm. So as Abe is getting the wool for the pirate ship, and he's just about done, he needed wool to make a mast and a sail, make it look really nice. I guess a monster spawned on his ship, and it was a creeper. It jumps down in the middle of it, and it blew him up. Mm-hmm. So he had nothing he could do. It was just like, all right, well, now that it's morning, everything should be good. And then Abe died, and we're like, what? What happened? What the fuck? Just everything should have been fine. It was morning. It was whatever. A little bit of time went by. We decided we've enchanted some swords. We've gotten stuff going. We could go into the Nether and try to find the fortress, which can be a long ass fucking time of digging and being lost and trying to find it. And it was the worst. So far in this whole adventure, we found cows and chickens, which are very important. If you can't find those, you pretty much can't make books. So you have to find a village and get a bunch of books from the village, or you have to go out and kill like a bunch of small animals that give you a tiny bit of leather or whatever. And chickens help you make arrows. So you could either farm skeletons and they drop arrows, or you could use some flint and feathers and sticks and put it together and make the arrows, right? Those are important for the end of the game. The books let you enchant shit. The arrows are important to shoot the dragon that's flying around, as well as the things that are healing the dragon. Long story short, we found all the hard stuff. We got diamonds. We took care of all of it. We were pretty much good, and we were just making sure that everything was really set up for us to go. Found a nice little area to hunt Endermen, which is important because it helps you find the final fortress where you go down and find the dragon. Mm-hmm. So we're doing all this bullshit. Totally fine. No issues at all. And then we go into the Nether, and we see a fortress right there. We're like, oh my God, we don't even have to look. We're just like, fuck, okay, which direction do you guys think we should go? All right, let's just go over this hill. Oh, hey, there it is. And that was it. It was like really stressful first couple of seconds for like too many decisions. There's not a clear path. Can't see anything. This is hard to do. And then it was fine. We found the fortress. In the fortress, you kill some blaze things, get some blaze rods, which allow you to make potions and combine them with another item. And then you can find the dungeon or whatever. So we had to go down there and find a blaze spawner. So these things that float around in the air and shoot fire at you, they drop these items, but the spawner spawns like 1, 2, 3 or something like that at a time. Mm-hmm. And it's in weird intervals. So you pretty much have to go in there and kill everything. And then they'll spawn on top of you. They'll do a bunch of damage. Then you got to retreat, or you got to find some way that works out for everyone where you could get the items that they drop and everyone could be safe. There were 2 spawners, and we made it so we couldn't see one of them. So they weren't really attacking us. And then the other one we were trying to get the stuff from. Sam decided to go rogue, and he was trying to set up a safe area so that we could have 2 separate areas to like kind of try to farm them. So that way people can like switch in, switch out. It would be a lot faster for us to just rotate and get it done. Mm-hmm. He died almost immediately.
Nice.
He didn't realize how much damage it did.
Showy.
Yeah, man. So,
shout outs to Showy.
So he died like right away, which was a huge bummer. And then we were all a bit bummed, headed out of hell. And then we got back. I also made sure before we went in to light up the area as much as possible so no monsters would spawn if we come back and it's night. We came back, it's daytime, feeling good, but I see a creeper jumping down the hill. Like, I'll go kill that really quick. So I kill it, blows up part of the hill. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I start repairing it, and another one drops right on top of me. And I'm like, where the fuck? So I died instantly. As I was repairing, right click is where my shield is. Mm-hmm. But if you have a block in your hand, you set down a block instead. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to shield from this creeper, but I can't put a block down on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just fucked. So I died. So then it was Kyle and Eliza left, right? We go on to do whatever the fuck in our regular lives, and we wait to hear back from Kyle and Eliza to see what the situation is. Kyle died next. He got overwhelmed by monsters. Essentially, you just have to farm monsters at night, and the area spawned a ton. So he got overwhelmed. That part's important to have a lot of people at because people will die. I don't think there's ever been a time where somebody hasn't died during that because it just becomes complete chaos. So then it was Eliza alone, and she got overwhelmed too.
Poor Eliza.
It was just, yeah.
R.I.P. Eliza.
But she made it until the very end.
R.I.P.
She was the
Kyle.
last one alive.
R.I.P. Shoei.
It was a very fun time. And
I think it's funny that Abe died first.
You know, it's a bummer, but it happens. And yeah, he had his little boat. So when he did die, we were like, well, he's been on the boat where monsters have been spawning this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to die from the boat where monsters are spawning the whole time. But it was a bummer. So we lit the boat on fire.
Oh, and
put a couple
honor.
of TNTs in there. So they just blew up the whole goddamn thing.
All his hard work.
Yeah, but I took a picture of it burning and exploding for him. So
thanks a lot, Abe.
Thanks for the memories.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, so that was a fun ass time. And then started playing Borderlands 3 yesterday with Kyle and Sam, and it's a fun time. It's just more of what I already knew I loved. No complaints, really. I'm playing as Zane, who is... People have been calling him kind of like the Batman kind of character. He's essentially a dude with like weird-ass mental problems. Goofy, weird-ass mental problems, right? So he's a weird dude. He could do a thing like the guy in Apex Legends where you can make a decoy copy of himself.
I don't play Apex.
I understand that. But for those people out there that do, which is like a shit ton of people,
okay,
it might let them know a little
so
bit
it
more.
wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, not for you. Okay. No, it's just, in general. So it's like Apex. This dude can make a clone of himself, and then he could do a lot more stuff with that because Borderlands expands on those abilities and whatnot. But he could also bring up a barrier shield, which I'm not a huge fan of those in general, but it does buffs for your friends. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It gives you a prompt to lift it up. And I was like, oh, cool. Can I run this around and like take it to my friends and bump into them and give them the buffs and whatnot? Turns out you can't. So it's fucking lame. You have to leave it in one spot, but you could lift it up and it protects you and heals you and stuff, but not your friends. Bullshit. Anyways, it's pretty cool. Not a huge fan of the character because he can't do anything that's like, whoa, I've never seen something like this. It's mostly just like, I'm buffing my boys, whatever, it's cool. Kyle's playing as the siren chick, who's a big old punch girl. She's all about punching. All of her powers are like magic fists, which is cool. So he's cool to watch. People just like get grabbed in the air, and then I could shoot him in the head and freeze him. It's fun. And then Sam's playing is Flack, who is Pro ZD, is the dude who does his voice, which I'm a huge fan of Pro ZD. Been following him for years now. So it was pretty cool to see him as a main character in one of these games. And his whole thing is he has different pets. So he's bringing along like a gross little alien dog, a gross little alien ant, and a weird monkey alien with a gun, which they're all pretty cool. Nice. And he's a robot. It's fun. It's a fun-ass game. We don't have a fourth person, so nobody's playing as the chick who runs around in a big old mech that she calls Bear. But it's fun. It's got that same-ass humor that we already like, and,
If you want me to play Borderlands 3 with you, just say it.
I want you to play Borderlands 3 with me.
That seems like a lot of work, man.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna, so fuck you.
I could. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't even like games.
I do. I love games.
You don't like humor.
Pocket Tanks. Game of the year.
2019?
2002.
2002.
What was that called? It was just
2002.
2002. What did we call them back then?
2002. Yeah, it was 2002
and
or
the
02.
aughts. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's my game life. I've been watching March Comes In Like a Lion. We'll talk about that in a little bit, I guess. Thanks to your recommendation. And I think that's pretty much it.
One thing I forgot to mention.
Ooh.
I'm doing Inktober.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, a lot of people who are into anime probably know what Inktober is because they're on Instagram. They probably like anime art, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of artists do this. I'm not. I don't consider myself an artist. I like to draw. I think it's fun.
But you went to school.
Yeah, for animation, which is a type of art.
Yeah.
But it's not like I didn't go to school for art, right? Mm-hmm. But I do like to draw. So Inktober is a thing where like For the 31 days of October, there's a prompt every day, and then you just draw something, and it has to be in ink. I think I don't know what they.
It doesn't. I don't think it has.
I don't know what the extent of the rule is. Right.
Honestly, dude, there's no rule.
Yeah.
The only thing is do a new art piece every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes people go off like actual real ass paid artists. You know, they'll go off and just do whatever.
Yeah.
Natzilla, who was an animator for Adventure Time, she is now the Bee and Puppy Cat chick.
Yeah. No, that's a little bit bigger artists eventually just kind of dedicate themselves to doing a new thing every day.
Yeah. So she's just putting out art.
And there's other artists who also like, you know, go out and they drop their own like lists. The one I follow is a guy named Jake Parker.
Yeah.
His prompt, from what I gather, I think he's one of the first guys to start Inktober. So like I was like, oh cool, I'll just follow his.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's doing the exact same set.
There's other people who have other sets that are really cool too, and I go, oh, dope. But I picked this one, so it is what it is. Today's Enchanted. I haven't drawn it yet.
You draw it on my chest.
Draw it on your chest.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it, and I usually don't post stuff on Instagram just because I don't like pictures that much. But I was like, if I'm going to draw them, I might as well put them out there so people can see them.
Yeah. Tom was admiring your line work.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Appreciate Tom. I admire Tom's line work in songs when he writes songs.
He also does art, but you know, whatever.
He does draw. He drew your Vasta Stampede and you.
He did one of those.
Good. I'm glad that Tom
still keeps up with that. He's improved a lot over the years. He's getting better.
Oh, so Tom's better than me is what you're saying?
No.
Tom's better than me?
No.
Okay. I'm going to kill Tom. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I'm going to try to stick to it every day.
Yeah.
So far, I've been pretty good with it. Maybe we'll like I don't know what my Instagram handle is, so maybe we'll put it on. Like,
you want me to do a little?
No, we'll just put it in the fucking.
I'm not fucking.
I'll just put it in the thing. Don't worry about it.
You can put it in that thing. I'm not putting shit
in the bio.
Anywhere.
It's called the bio. That's what it's called.
Is it called the bio?
Yeah, it's the bio.
Mm-hmm. Description, maybe.
Yeah.
So, hey, Indivisible comes out tomorrow. Just a heads up on that. Indivisible is a video game where the intro is animated by Studio Trigger.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've heard of that, kind of talked about it all.
Yeah, I think
but I'm very excited about it. Indivisible, it's kind of like an action RPG, I think. I'm going to play it. I've been trying to keep myself as blind as possible.
You don't want to get spoiled, yeah.
Yeah, because it was talked about like a long time ago. I heard about it. I think it was a Kickstarter campaign. It got kickstarted, it got funded, and they've been putting out some small updates. I paid attention when it was like in its infancy, right? And then I think Game Grumps played it for like a minute, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to look at this. I looked at it for a second, was like, fuck, that's gorgeous. Stopped looking at it.
You said RPG though?
Yeah, it's like an action RPG type thing. Nice. Yeah, it looks pretty fucking cool. But I'm really excited about that. Anyways, I'm looking for your stupid fucking name.
It has to be like my last name's in there. And I think it's JJ and then my last name. Maybe some numbers at the end. I don't fucking know.
I think there could be like J Juan.
We'll put it in the description. Don't worry about it.
Because the J is standing for Jose. Yeah, it's a JJ Uriarte 93.
Nice. So we'll put in the description. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not putting it fucking anywhere.
We'll put in the description.
I've never put anything anywhere less in my life.
Cool. Yeah, so what anime are you watching? Because, I mean, that's the last bit.
I was hanging out with my mom yesterday. She was in town.
Okay.
She gave me a little trim
haircut,
which I'm way about that.
Looking good, man.
I forced her to do a little bit of VR. She was tripping out, dude.
What'd you make her play?
So she liked Beat Saber. She was like, this is kind of cool. Then I showed her Google Earth while I was trying to figure out how to change the save file on Super Hot, but still keep the old one. So I showed her Google Earth and she was freaking the fuck out, dude. She's like, I want to look at the national park that we just stayed at, these lava beds. And she's like, this is amazing. This is so cool. I wanted to see what's over this ridge. I'm going to check that out. And she was just so stoked about all of it.
How does Google Earth work in VR? Is it like, it's not like, I guess this is a dumb question. It's the photos, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they're like old photos and they get updated every what?
Whenever.
Okay. Yeah. So hypothetically, someone could Google Earth and like go to paradise. And it would be when the last time that got scanned.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wonder if that's a thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice.
It's pretty rad. So she was freaking out about that. And then I finally found where the super hot file was and how to move that and start another one or whatever. Had her play that. She had trouble understanding it at first. Yeah. She was just like, okay, so
a lot of
hang on. Is that guy coming at me? I don't understand what's going on. And I was trying to explain it. I'm like, look, everything that you do should feel like that's what should happen while you're doing it. They try to make these games as easy as possible for you to just jump in and play. So it should feel like you're going to punch that guy. So you're going to hold the controller tight like you're going to punch somebody. And that'll work. And she started figuring it out. And then once she got the hang of it, she wasn't like dying or anything, but she just wasn't sure. She wasn't moving around a whole lot. So time wasn't progressing. And she's like, how do I get this guy? I'm like, you just got to, move.
Wiggle a little bit.
Then
Yeah.
it'll be fine. So then once she figured out how she can make things work, she got excited about it, tried to go in and attack a dude. And then she was moving too fast once she figured it out. So turns out she didn't figure it out. She just thought she did. And then she starts freaking out. She's like, he's coming at me. What do I do? I don't know. And she's like trying to duck away and stuff. She's like, he keeps coming at me. I'm like, just slow down. Stop. You don't need to move. He won't do anything if you're standing there. And dude, it was so funny. She was like screaming. She couldn't. She was doing pretty good though, but she just moved way too fast and was like dodging stuff. She's like, what the hell do I do?
I for sure
It was so fun.
I for sure commend your mother for being like, first of all, down to try VR. Second of all,
she loved it.
Down to play Super Hot, which sounds like a really fun time for like, but like for an adult, it's like, I can imagine it being like putting my parents in that. Like, no, Dad, you don't understand. The more you move, the faster time elapses. But if you slow it, my dad's gonna be like, I don't get it. I'm gonna keep dying. I can only imagine how your mother just like handled it. But if she had a good time,
she's
great.
fine with that shit. Yeah, it's whatever. And then we also wanted to watch a movie. I didn't find fucking anything I wanted to watch. The whole time I'm just like, oh, man, our conversation about Night is Short, Walk On Girl the other night.
Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, you should have.
I really wanted to, but my mom, I didn't want to put her through that. She just drove like 4.5 hours. She was feeling tired. Just made her do a bunch of VR, I didn't think she was up for subtitles, so fuck it. Didn't do that. Every time that I scrolled past Ma, she's like, what about that though? Like, what? I'm like, the ratings weren't that good, but like,
which one?
We'll see. Ma.
M-A.
Oh,
yeah. The kids at the lady.
Yeah, they do a party.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. So anyways, when I was watching Ma, because she wouldn't stop suggesting it every time it rolled by. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll rent it. We'll watch it. It was exactly how you thought it would be, man. It was all right, I guess. If I had to say it was all right, I'm saying it's all right. I would say I would never recommend it to anybody to watch.
Yeah.
But like, I watched it.
I watched the new Stephen King movie on Netflix, Tall Grass, In the Tall Grass, something like that.
How is it?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's a lot of like what you would think, like trippy psychological stuff going on. And then there's like, I'm watching, I'm like, what's going on? And then I go, oh, it's time travel. Oh, this is time travel, because like that's the past, but that's also the present. We're in the future now, but it's okay.
Man, spoilers.
It's okay.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Long story short, March Comes In Like a Lion is great.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
Good anime, yeah. Is that the only anime you've been watching besides?
Honestly, yeah. So here's the thing. I haven't really had time to start all the new shows with Kyle. We're going to do that tomorrow night after we're having a fun time with our boys. Gonna watch them. Maybe watch some more on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Gonna really fucking dive in. Not excited yet.
It's okay, man.
I want to be. Hey, Vinland Saga's still around. That's cool.
It's okay. We'll be okay.
That's pretty cool. I got some news about some stuff that I'm extra not excited about.
I've been watching March Comes Like a Lion also.
Yeah, hell yeah, you have.
I watched a little bit more of Mix.
Yeah,
it's on Funimation, which I'm a fan of.
You're a fan of Funimation, or you're a fan that it's on Funimation?
I like Funimation, actually, yeah.
All right.
I've talked. Kate doesn't. Hi, Kate. How you doing?
I fucking hate the app.
The app does suck ass, yeah. But I do use it on my computer.
Yeah.
Which it works fine.
It's all right.
What else? Anime-wise... Oh, finished Making a Murderer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, finished the first season.
Anime-wise, season 1 of Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
All right, without spoiling anything for anyone, first off, go and watch that shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking compelling as hell. Every episode, I'm sitting there like, what? What in the world? And it's not like, I mean, clearly what happened is horrific. That being said, it's not really about the horrific events. It's about everything around it, which is just nutso.
It's kind of strange because at first I kind of turned it on as like on a whim. I was like, I remember people talking about this. I'll check it out, right? And honestly, it was not that like I don't know, captivated at first.
It didn't get you.
And before you know it, I was
after like 2 episodes,
2 or 3 episodes in, I go, I cannot stop watching this. And I go, and then I'd have to look at the clock and be like, it's really late. I should really not watch another episode. And I go, all right, maybe I'll just start the episode. It's
so good.
It's very unhealthy. But it really to the point where when we were driving back into town from the movie,
I was so stoked you brought that up though.
we were pulling into Chico, and I'm literally sitting there and go,
that Dassy boy, I don't know if he did it.
No, I'm sitting there and I say something like, God, this town needs a good murder or something, and you go, what? And I go, because by the way, I had a jury duty on Monday, but I got called out. I didn't have to go. So maybe that's why my head was like, man, if there's like a murder trial, that'd be pretty cool to get picked for that, And then you're like, what do you, and I go, and you kind of call me, like, what do you sure, and I go, I've been watching a lot of Making a Murderer, and you go, what? And then we just blow up. It's like, I was gushing over it, and I go, don't spoil it. I haven't finished it.
Absolutely not.
I finished it. I don't know if I'm going to watch season 2 because I did catch the first episode.
Season 2 is not really worth
it. It is really interesting. It's very addicting. I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Just go on Wikipedia. Yeah. You'll look up Brendan Dassey. That's all that you care about anyway.
Watch that. I thought it was good. And then I started Mindhunter, which is a show about how they created
brains.
How the FBI created their behavioral analysis section and how they started learning about serial killers. It's pretty fucking gnarly. I'm really enjoying that too. So yeah, that's my life of anime right now.
Down and gritty.
Yeah, it's really good. It's every episode's like an hour long. It almost feels like a small movie, and it's kind of like in a time
self-contained.
Yeah, like a period piece kind of thing. So it's it feels really good. There's a lot of good stuff popping up on Netflix. New season of Peaky Blinders came out. I haven't finished yet. I haven't started yet. And the new fucking El Camino is going to come out, I think, this Friday or some shit like that.
Damn.
There's a lot of stuff popping off that I'm like, God, I don't have enough fucking time for this.
Yeah.
And we gotta watch a new fucking season of anime. Fuck.
I'm so excited for this new season of anime, but I'm just absolutely dreading it.
Yeah.
Because who knows what there is, man. And when I look at certain things, I'm like, yikes. Also, huge fucking yikes. Netflix.
Yeah.
Come on, get it together.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to Beastars.
Which one's that?
It's the one about the animal people.
Yeah. Is that finally out?
No.
Is it not going to be out for a bit?
It's out for parts of the world.
Fuck us. I hate that. The fucking mailman show's coming out too. I told you about this. It's an anime show where the guy delivers mail.
Yeah.
That's coming out this month. I think. I don't fucking know. It's on Netflix. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, well. It might be coming out for the rest of the world and not us. I don't fucking know.
We'll see.
Who fucking cares? Okay, dude, if we're not going to talk about anime, let's talk about news, yeah?
Yeah. All right. So, hey, I figured we'd start this out with a little bit of isekai stuff. Mm-hmm. So, Isekai Quartet Season 2 is going to include the Rising of the Shield hero characters. Hey!
Is this the Chibi show?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good for them. It's not for me, but, whatever. Mm-hmm. This has stuff like Overlord, Attack on Titan, right?
Yep.
And then
I don't think it's Attack on Titan.
ReZero.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember another isekai. I was about to say Shield
Saga
Hero.
of Tanya the Evil.
Saga of Tanya the Evil, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that shit in it.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways, that's cool. People are fucking into it. It's rad. Definitely doesn't have my hair, or it definitely doesn't have Attack on Titan. So I was reading what I said on accident. So next up, news. My Hero Academia Season 4 is going to be 25 episodes long.
How many of those do you think can be original?
One so far. My next piece of news.
Ooh, we're on it,
you
boy.
You didn't even know that.
No, we're on it. Yeah, I just had a feeling. I was like, one of those fuckers got to be original.
All right. So the first episode. This is why it's 25 because it's actually 24. The first episode of Season 4 is an original episode. But it's a recap.
Oh, fucking
so
bullshit.
What we fucking saw
was episode
is
2.
First real episode.
Which is going to run as episode 2. Fucking Christ, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for a fucking
insane?
I'm excited for My Hero Academia, you know? So, like...
I am too. That's why I'm so fucking bummed right now.
No, man, it's going to be little clips in between of recaps of being like, hey, Froppy, you want to go get sandwiches? Like, sandwiches?
We already had a Froppy episode. It's going to be some shit monster.
No, it's going to be the characters, like, getting ready for school or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be good. It'll be fine.
Hey, some other things that are fine. Mm-hmm. For those of us that are listening to the podcast, we probably have a million different ways to watch anime. But for people that don't really have a million ways to watch anime, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba will air on Toonami Saturdays at 1:30 a.m.
Nice.
For all of y'all that are trying to watch anime and have to stay up until 1:30 or just set your DVR to record it. Congratulations, you got Demon Slayer.
You probably also have it on your Xfinity if you have like on demand and shit.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Fucking, I know that you and I fell off Demon Slayer, but people really like that show, and I think it's always good when like a recent show is dubbed and put onto the air.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It gets people into it, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I would be, honestly, a 1:30 a.m. time slot, wouldn't bother me at all. That's prime shit.
That's a pretty prime shit for fucking Toonami, right? You're like, oh man, I only have to wait till 1:30 to watch this
that's
shit.
Pretty good. Because I remember being up that late. Honestly, like most of my life, I was up that late.
You know what's wild?
It's very weird.
Because it's like usually like, you know, Toonami's like, its Flagstaff is like new show. And then it's just like really, really old show.
Yeah.
Really old show. Couple episodes of Naruto. Here's fucking Inuyasha. Have a nice day. You know?
Exactly, yeah. I'm like, I watched so much goddamn Inuyasha. Yeah. This is like an Inuyasha time slot, though.
Oh, absolutely. This is some prime
This is prime shit. You know?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyways, it's wild to think of. Like, back when I was a teenager,
That's what was airing on Toonami, yeah.
I was fucking awake at like 1 a.m. every night. Just like, what's the new fucking anime out? But like, I didn't really care. I was just kind of putting on whatever just to have it there while I was playing Pokemon. Because, you know, high school.
Because Pokemon, yeah.
That's who I am.
What, you playing Emerald or Black? White?
Black and White weren't out until I graduated.
No, wait. Okay, I guess that's right. That was my senior year. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you were playing Pearl.
Yeah, I was playing Pearl. Yes. I think I had Diamond, but maybe I had Pearl. I don't remember. I just remember for that one, I went based off of the legendary instead of based off of the name. I would have chose Diamond. Otherwise, Pearls, they're round. I'm not about them. I want some curves, you know, some
edges,
yeah, something like that, you know.
Yeah, because curves, I think
diamonds could have curves.
All right, sure. I guess that's true.
Also, a pearl is all curves, but whatever. Anyways,
I would say it's just one big curve.
So I was playing that in Emerald. Yeah,
nice.
A little bit of gold, a little bit of silver. I was getting wild. Heart gold, soul silver.
Nice.
That was my senior year.
Played Crystal a lot when I was younger.
Kristen,
yeah.
Main character's name is Chris. Moving on. Not good news. Just a heads up. Not good news. So Kyoto Police stated that a woman from KyoAni has passed away in the hospital due to injuries from the arson attack.
That's fucking brutal, man.
You know, after everyone's stable and in okay condition, then you find out this. Just a huge bummer.
Fuck, man. All right, moment of silence. You know what, man? It's a real shame that, you know, there's still some ramifications of this, you know, fucking arson attack. And it's a real shame that, you know, another person passed away because, you know, a lot of other people, you know, have passed. And to think that we thought we were in the clear and these people are going to, you know, recover and stuff and have someone die. Huge shame. Really fucking sucks, man.
It really does.
Yeah.
To have a very bizarre, maybe inappropriate segue into our next piece of news. Fire Force has sold a total of 107 Blu-ray discs, which is almost none.
107?
107.
Not like 1,000.
No.
Just 107.
Yes. Which is the most like critical failure of anything.
How is that possible?
I think it is directly related to the KyoAni arson attacks.
Maybe, yeah. I guess the idea of like you going out and physically buying this thing, right, that like revolves around fire and, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, I don't really know.
That's a bad look. Because I know this show's popular. People like it.
And advertising it on like the anime time blocks and whatnot, that's kind of like a sensitive thing right now. Ooh. I don't really know because you don't really see people in the US trying to get shit from Japan. So this is like Japanese sales when it's at this point.
Yeah.
Only 107, which is insane.
107. That's wild. Because, like, I mean,
and maybe it's not popular at all in Japan, but it is picking up some traction in the U.S. I don't know.
And And
you can look at other things. There are lots of other projects which have been critical failures, but people fucking love.
Yeah.
Look at Flip Flappers, for example. People goddamn love that. It did not sell many Blu-rays in Japan.
What about Kill la Kill? Huge in the West. Didn't really, people in Japan weren't really feeling it, right?
Not so much, but on a way smaller, like they sold a lot more Blu-rays
for sure.
than this, like a lot more.
You know, and you and I talked about this in the past. You know, people in the West usually don't buy Blu-rays, especially for animes. You know, it's you stream it or whatever.
Well, it's becoming pretty antiquated. And what was it? There's something that people didn't buy many Blu-rays of, but they made Kakegurui. Kakegurui did not do that well as far as Blu-ray sales and stuff. And I think a lot of that might have to do with the weird Netflix partnership in the US. I'm not 100%, but sellable figures and merch. Let me tell you, if you're trying to look for like cute anime girls dressed in an outfit, they all have schoolgirl outfits that's unique and they look a little bit different because that red and black, it makes it pop.
What about, I mean,
they sold really well.
This is also just, you know, physical copies of Blu-rays. We don't know what the digital downloads or digital, like, you know, sales are.
No, but for the most part, they base their
a lot of it on that,
income and all their what they should focus on their projects.
107 though. I know, at least I know that's a little more than the amount of friends I have on Facebook.
Yeah, man,
that's not a lot.
No.
Wow. I mean, makes you think. I wonder how Promare's doing then. Did it air before the fire or did it air after?
I think before.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember
not 100, but yeah.
Yeah, that would have really fucked Promare too, right? Like they would have had to push that back. I feel like way inappropriate timing for that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're essentially the same.
I mean,
same exact things, no differences.
This sucks. I mean, I'm not huge on Fire Force, but it is wild. It is shitty to think that like maybe that the fire is fucking negatively, you know, affecting the show because, like, you know, people work hard on it. You know, they're, you know, people put in their fucking all.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh well, bummer. That's wild.
Really weird, but I definitely think it is tied to the arson attacks, which is unfortunate. On a totally different topic, something you may be excited about if you decide to fucking get your shit together and actually watch anime for once.
Whoa, that's pretty. Are you talking to somebody specifically?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Hey, have we done our? I just want to check and see. We haven't done our. This is what we've been watching this season episode, right? That's next week.
Yeah.
All right.
The wrap
next week is the wrap up. The week after is the new shit.
New shit. Yeah.
Just had to make sure.
Anyways,
so hey, getting prepared. Arifureta, whatever you want to fucking say, from Commonplace to World's Strongest is receiving a second season.
I don't know if I can finish it, man. I think
you can. I believe in you.
No, I'm really,
don't be a bitch. Just do it. You're almost done.
No, fuck you. You're almost done with Copcraft, aren't you?
Yeah, it's done.
Did you watch it all?
No, it's continuing into a second core.
Oh, fuck that.
And I'm done with that.
Fuck
I watched the first core. I'm good.
I'm not a big deal, man. Good for them. Second season. Good for them.
Mahouka Koukou no Rettousei. Rettousei. You know, the Irregular at Magic High School. You know?
Yeah.
It's receiving a second season in 2020.
Good for them.
This is one of those shows which people have been saying season 2 win for years.
And now you got it.
They finally fucking got it.
You fucking got it. Shut your fucking hole.
It's the same level as like Spice and Wolf.
We want a second season of Spice and Wolf.
No Game, No Life.
I'll tell you this. I've never seen Spice and Wolf, but I'm on that bandwagon. I want a season 2. I'm not watching season 1 until I get sick.
Go into any anime thread. Trust me. You'll see one person just out of nowhere. Spice and Wolf season 2 win.
Brian does that. That I went to college with. He'd be like, yeah, man, second season, you know, Spice and Wolf. And I remember asking him, be like, did you actually watch the show? And he was like, oh, yeah. And I have no clue what the show's about. But, man, God
season
fucking
2.
Season 2, when?
I need that season
when?
2. When? God damn it.
I'm going to tat that on my chest. Season 2, when? In Old English.
That's it. That's
all you got? Cool, man. Well, that's a lot of news. Like you said, next week we're doing the wrap up. So we'll be talking about all the shows we watched. And after that, we'll do
a lot of shit.
Yeah, but this week we're going to be talking about the movie we watched, which is hold on. Speaking of this, it is Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreamy Girl.
Nice.
Which is the continuation movie of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Boom, nailed it. We were able to watch this in Sacramento. They had 2 days, I think, that they were that it was being
subbed one day
and dubbed the next. Usually we get those here in town, but we didn't.
Oh well.
So we took a little trip and we got to hang out with Kate. So.
Yeah, it was a rad time. So we went ahead and watched it. Studio Cloverworks is still doing this. So Cloverworks has made Darling in the Franxx, Province Neverland, and I don't know what this one is. Rascal Dreams of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, so Cloverworks has done all those. Cloverworks is one of those studios which became like an instant favorite.
I like it a lot. You know how I know it became a favorite? When we're at the A1 Pictures panel, or whatever, and they're showing all the stuff they're making, and none of the shit's none of the shit that I like is there. And I go, where the fuck is all of it? And I go, they went to Cloverworks.
Yeah,
like, it's like they took all the ones I liked.
You know, I mean, you know what I have to say?
Fuck them.
Sword Art Online looks beautiful.
It does. Don't want to watch it.
No. But god damn, it looks so good.
Does Gun Gale Online Alternative, is that A1?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Cloverworks.
It's probably Cloverworks.
So this is a studio that it's pretty new. Like I think we just went to this
it was their first
industry panel.
They were so nervous.
It was so tiny. There was like, it's one of the smallest rooms I've ever seen. It got packed, obviously. And the people there were like, it was like this, the fucking head director, the CEO, maybe even, and one of the guys that was doing the show. Super cool guys, super calm. So shocked to see us fucking love their stuff. It was so cool to see that, and they're like
so unique.
I can't wait till next year when we try to get into Cloverworks, and it's like, sorry man, completely sold out, can't get in, and they have like
a ticket,
have like an even bigger venue,
Yeah.
It's like so
they're over in the Staples Center.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm courtside. Honestly, like it's pretty cool to see such a small studio, even though they were kind of connected to A1, and they broke off. Do really good shit in like a really small period of time.
Yeah,
like most of the stuff that you named off, I either love or at least like visually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we've got to go see this movie. Those of you that don't know what Rascal Dreams of Bunny Girl Senpai is, essentially it's a what's wrong this week kind of show, and it goes maybe one episode was one episode long.
Yeah, I think
one situation was one episode long.
I think there's 2 episodes that roll too deep, which is like the science chick and maybe the one with like the sister, I think.
What about the 2 sisters that swap?
That's the one I meant. The 2 sisters that swap, yeah.
But his younger sister,
that was a one episode.
That was a one episode?
That was all one episode.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was heavy.
And then so he helps out Bunny Girl Senpai. Yes. That was 2 episodes.
The first one? All right.
And then there was brown-haired chick
who kept reliving the same day.
Yeah.
Live, die, repeat. Chick that was 2 places at the same time.
Yeah.
Swapping bodies with the sister.
Freaky Friday. Becoming a different person. Essentially.
Yeah, I know what Freaky Friday is. Yes.
No. That was for the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Because his little sister just became a different person.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. But I don't remember exactly.
There's got to be something else in between there that I don't fucking remember. I don't remember. It's 12 episodes long.
Yeah. There's some really good stuff.
Every episode, or more or less every episode, seems to deal with their main character dealing with some sort of out there kind of situation, like you mentioned, like Freaky Friday, fucking being 2 places at the same time, like these body swap things, and it's described as, what is it called, the adolescent syndrome or whatever,
yeah,
right? Kind of like this hormonal
puberty
syndrome, where like kids that are going through puberty are affected by these odd happenings in this world where like it's like most people don't seem to fucking care about it or whatever, or not even acknowledge it, but it's a thing. Like they talk about it. Like our main character has these giant claw marks on his chest.
Yeah.
And he just woke up one day bleeding from them. And it's just like, the explanation is, yeah, man, fucking puberty syndrome.
You know how it goes.
You don't fucking know, right? So it's like, and that's a really good, like, just like start to the show. Like, was like, shit's happening in this world where like that we're just kind of a part of, and we get to see a bunch of cool characters. And the reason it's called Bunny Girl Senpai is because the main character's new love interest wears a bunny girl suit for like 1.5 2 episodes, right? Like it's barely. It's when I remember when you and I first saw the picture
We
for
were
this.
like, God damn it, another one of these.
It looks like smut, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because she's attractive, she's drawn very provocatively, she's in high school, and she's fucking stacked.
And we're literally just sitting there like, puberty syndrome, really, guys?
Yeah, really.
Go fuck yourself.
And then we're watching it, and we're like, this is pretty fucking good.
The best show.
Like, how do I tell Trip that I like this and not be weird about it? And I go, oh, it's a good show. I don't have to be weird about it.
It's just like legit one of the best shows.
Which brings...
Honestly, Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season did a very similar thing to where you're like, I don't really know what this is. You watch it and you're like, these girls is just talking about sex a whole bunch.
Yeah, but it's good.
But this is like a really well-written show. And this show, instead, Rascal Dreams of Bunny Girl Senpai, it starts out in a... Yeah, there's no way this is going to be good kind of way. It's before you even start the show, you're like, yeah, this is going to be just fucking garbage. It has
everything against him to the point where like my brother-in-law, my younger brother-in-law, his fiance doesn't feel comfortable him watching the show. And I'm like,
she absolutely should.
I go, dude, this show's so good. And then she's like, yeah, it's a little too edgy. And I go, I try to go, oh, dude, it's not even that though. It's
not edgy
at all. It gets a bad rap. This show does pose the biggest dilemma in the world. Their figure for her is so fucking dope. But I'm not a big fan of buying figures of like sexy chicks.
How many sexy chicks do I have? Have we already gone over this?
We got sexy chicks. You got Sonic at the top, sexiest. Ganondorf,
definitely. Oh yeah, those are pretty good.
You got this entire row of Monster Hunter characters, fucking hot as fuck.
Fuck the Nargacuga.
And then you got Pete at the bottom.
Yeah, Pete's looking like a snack, dude.
No, none of your characters I would describe them as sexy.
I wouldn't either. If you had to say that one of them was sexy, which one would you say?
The most risque one is this front chick with the 2 swords.
Yeah.
That's probably
And it's only because her dress does not have straps.
Yeah. That's probably it.
That's it.
What a slut. Besides that, most of the characters are drawn pretty appropriately. Figures.
Yeah, it's Sayaka, by the way. From Madoka Magica. So people that are wondering who's the sexiest, it's Sayaka. You heard it here.
Yeah, even your your Gun Gale Online, like the psycho chick in the back. She has a skin tight suit, but I still want to be like, oh, she's like sexy.
No, exactly.
No.
So for me, same exact issue. I don't want to get Bunny Girl Senpai and put her in front of all those monsters. Just it's not worth it.
That is a huge issue. Where like you and I love this show.
What about Nanachi? Would you describe Nanachi as sexy
in a weird like rabbit way?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Yes.
Just had to make sure.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. Dude, we're totally vibing right now. Yeah. I don't know if you feel that, but we're like,
Is that what that is?
Yeah, we're vibing.
Anyways, so this show...
It's fucking good. It tricks you.
Yeah, this show came out, I think, maybe two seasons ago, maybe 3.
It came out about a year ago. Yeah. So like, it was maybe winter, maybe fall.
So it's really good. You should check it out. This movie was announced a little bit after that, and we weren't able to watch it at AX because
our flight
scheduling was
right after it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, but thank God we were able to watch it here. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I was fucking juiced and like super excited to check this out.
Yeah, of course. I drove all of us to Sacramento.
I don't know how excited you were, Trip, but I was excited.
I was hyped. I don't know if you heard, but I was playing anime music the whole time.
Oh, you were? Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit jazzed.
Yeah. So, like we said, we're going to spoil this one completely because that's how I want to talk about it. You and I haven't talked about this at all.
Trying to. I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the car ride.
Yeah.
Just enough for us to like be on the same page. But man, it was a fucking good time.
Yeah, good time.
Everyone that liked the show should go and see this movie. That being said, just right off the bat, the last 3 minutes didn't need to be there, and we'll get into that later.
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. You could, I guess, watch this without watching the show.
Potentially. It would make it a little bit harder to follow who's who.
Yeah, I don't think you'd enjoy it as much. Nah. It for sure feels like it's a continuation, and like it feels a lot better. There's sometimes you can get away with not watching the show.
This is the same thing as Tamako Love Story. You could do it.
Yeah.
Why would you?
You probably shouldn't. I mean, hats off to Kate. You know, she went into this movie never seeing the show before.
We kept roasting her, trying to make fun of her for never seeing it, but in reality, she loved it.
She's too busy watching Fairy Tail.
Yeah. We're just like, so this is kind of like Fairy Tail.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Kate was so mad.
It was really funny.
Kate kept threatening to punch me in the face. I was like, nice. I'm getting to Kate. This is great.
She has a very short temper.
Yeah.
With, people calling her out on that nerd shit. Like, if you say anything about Harry Potter to her, she will just straight up.
She just loses it. Nice.
I would argue that she's much more of a fucking weeb than either of us are, even though we know more shit. shit. She's like more hardcore about some of her shit.
No, fuck her. She hasn't even watched fucking The Promised Neverland because she's too scared.
She's too scared. She's afraid that she'll be too stressed and anxious.
She's a fucking coward.
And honestly, she needs to get over that shit. She is watching Carol on Tuesday, or she already watched it. She loved it.
Okay,
Except
good.
She felt like Tuesday annoyed her because she wasn't. She was too like much of a pushover.
Wasn't as fleshed out. Kind
And
of
I'm like, dude, season 2, if you want to call it that, like part 2, I'm sure she's going to get a little bit more focus.
Someone bit her, and she was, she's a victim.
Spoilers.
Here. Oh, sorry. Someone bit her. And
Yeah. Anyway, so Rascal does not dream of Dreamy Girl. Break it down.
We went into it pretty blind, not knowing what it was about. It kind of starts off like just kind of fucking right off the fucking jump, right?
All right, yeah. Honestly, I was like, am I supposed to remember this girl?
Exactly. Yeah, we get introduced.
I felt so tripped up.
We get introduced to the character that we've seen in the show, and the reason she comes up is because she has found a stray cat and has housed it with our main character because our main character is the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He looks like such a plain fucking loser. Coolest dude in the world, though.
He's honestly the chillest, most like apathetic but helpful kind
human
of motherfucker.
being in the world, yeah. So we have to remember that this character is from the show, and she has the same name as a high school student that he met when he was in middle school going into high school.
Wild.
Which does really, I guess you'd kind of need to know that for the show going into this.
You don't a whole lot because I didn't really remember it too much.
Okay.
And then I put it together later.
Okay.
But I was like, this is fine. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I knew who it was.
Yeah.
So our main character's still going to school. Things are pretty normal. And, we find out that very quickly, I think it's near Christmas near Christmas time, right? It's near the holidays.
Yeah.
His girlfriend is over, Bunny Girl Senpai is over, hanging out, doing stuff that she does, fucking they got a kotatsu out in the fucking living room, And then
I love those. Those of you that don't know, you're not that anime fucking Japanese savvy, whatever it is. It's those cool ass tables where you stick your feet down and then it heats them up.
I don't know if I would like that though.
I definitely wouldn't.
I get too hot just in general. Yeah.
Plus, I wouldn't be able to resist. I would play footsies with every motherfucker.
Probably. Yeah. You get big footsies.
Yeah. It's not my fault. I'm a freak.
Yeah.
I'm a freak.
So someone knocks on the door, rings the doorbell, and comes in, and it is an older version of this, elementary school girl who happens to have the same name as the high school girl that he met earlier, right? And it's a college version of that girl. And he's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Our main character at this point has gotten very good at just kind of going with the flow.
I thought elementary school girl was junior high girl. I'm
pretty sure she is in junior high.
Okay,
right.
Just had to make sure. I'm like,
because there's a flashback where she is in elementary school.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
actually, that's how the movie starts.
It starts
with a flashback of this girl, and I'm like, who's that little girl?
Who fucks this bitch?
Oh yeah, it's that little girl. I think
that's exactly.
And then it goes into.
But anyways, so college version of her comes in, and like I said, our main character is very good. Is very good at being like, cool, just play it by ear. Like, don't freak out.
This is a situation, I guess. Not going to worry about it.
So the college girls like kind of cozying up to him and being like, hey, there's two versions of me. I can't go home looking like this. My parents would freak out. I'm staying here. And fucking Bear Girl Senpai is like, the fuck you are.
And he's like, look, I'll try to figure this shit out.
Yeah, he's like, guys, I'm on the case. He's the Sherlock Holmes of fucking puberty syndrome.
Of being fucking exhausted by everything, but still totally helping.
He always looks so tired. He's just like, God fucking damn it. I
mean, episode 2 or whatever kept him up for 48, 50 hours or whatever it is. Because he's like, if I go to sleep, she'll die.
I'll forget her,
This show's really good for anyone that... just go watch it. Stop listening, go watch it.
So she decides... Oh, that's okay. So she decides to stay. Bunny Girl Senpai also stays. Homie sleeps in the living room,
as we do.
And now his job is to figure out what's the situation. He ends up going to the hospital to take his younger sister, and at the hospital he runs into the junior high version of this girl. And we get to learn more about her. It turns out that she has some sort of illness with her heart. It's weak, and that she has been, in and out of the hospital for a while. And
since she was a kid.
Yeah. And she, the reason she doesn't want to tell her parents that she has a cat is because she feels that they're going to give it to her no matter what. And they kind of just give her whatever she wants, and she kind of feels bad about that because of her.
She has some guilt
because of her illness, right? And so our character, starts sleuthing and trying to figure out what the situation is. She seems to have like this piece of paper that's an assignment from when she was in elementary school that's prompted, what do you want to do when you grow up? And most people are like, I want to go to high school, graduate college, get married, all that kind of stuff. She left hers blank, but she's noticed that someone had been writing stuff.
And it keeps changing.
And so he's like, cool. Fucking here we go. Clues and do's, right? And now we got to
like, all right, time to go talk to my like metaphysics chick.
So he talks to his super brainy friend. She gives him this fucking lowdown on time paradoxes and fucking.
It's like, I'll work on it. Give me as many details as possible.
Here's some coffee in a beaker.
Yeah.
God, I love how they drink coffee out of those beakers. It's so fucking gross.
What's gross about that? It's sanitary as hell.
They could be dirty. You don't fucking know.
You ever fucking drank anything before?
Nah, don't drink.
Just do it. It's all the same.
Snort.
You just snort your water.
Snort my water.
You're wild.
So he's working on trying to figure out what the situation is. He also goes along with the college version of this girl and kind of does whatever she wants, kind of appease her, make her feel good. She wants to go on a date. They go on a date. They talk about fucking life, and I don't know. It just kind of he goes through the motions. He does it very like he's not. If this were me, I'd be freaking the fuck out, right?
Pretty subtle, and he's just like, well, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I know that her situation, she needs a new heart. She's here, so I don't know if she has a heart or not, or what kind of a projection this is. So he's trying to figure that out and just like roll with it to get as much info as possible
without trying to like awry any fucking suspicion on the little girl's
just being
part.
Subtle as hell,
which is our main character. We get to the point where the little girl is getting progressively more sick. He's going to visit her more often. He's bonding with her. He has already liked her, right? It's like she's like as a person, right? Like he cares about this little girl, not like in a sexual way, in a normal, wholesome way, right? And she's not getting any better. And then we get to talk to the older version of her that kind of breaks down the situation. She kind of tells, spills the beans and goes, look,
I got a new heart.
My heart's super weak. I got a new heart. And the day I get the heart is the 24th of December. And that's the day that you die. Like our main character is like, you get hit by a car.
Oh.
Get sent into a coma. Oh. You're a donor. That heart is given to my younger version, allowing me to become an adult. And it's just like laying it all out there. Like
that's what
for me to live, you have to die. And he goes, and that's probably why our fucking puberty syndromes are connected. When you got that claw mark way back when we were when you were in middle school or whatever, it probably happened because of me. Like we're connected in that way. So our main character, being the fucking world's nicest guy, has to figure out like, well, what do I fucking do, right?
Like, okay, well, I have to die so she could live, but what if there's a way for both of us to live?
And then he also the other added point is like, I don't want to die because I want to be with the girl that I love, and she also doesn't want me to die because she wants to be with me.
There are a lot of really clever things that they've kind of done with this that I don't feel like we should go into detail about. But the things that he does while interacting with the younger version of her affect the way that she is currently and affects who he is, and then he tells that information to the younger version. There's a lot of that kind of stuff, which I feel like is it's so wholesome, and it's a really cool way to show people influencing each other and how they can grow at any point in their lives and really change who they are. They did a really good job with that.
Absolutely.
For an emotional aspect of things. They did fantastic.
It's very reminiscent of In the Tall Grass, Netflix original.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Don't ever listen to our podcast. This has been a good run, but I think we're done.
We're going to fast forward a little bit. There's a huge dilemma of him trying to figure out what to do. He promises his girlfriend he is going to stay safe. He's not going to die, right? Because he doesn't want to make her sad.
And at this point, have they figured out what's going on exactly with the different versions? I mean, he did find out that it's the future version of her and that there's a younger version
of her, yeah.
And at this point, did they find out anything more?
About like what, like their...
About how the writing is getting there or anything? Have they figured out that yet?
No, I don't remember that part.
Oh, okay.
What happened there?
I just couldn't remember if it was after or not. They wind up finding that all three, like her in fourth grade, is going on.
Oh,
and that's the real time,
right.
and they're actually in the future,
right?
And
right,
then
right,
it becomes, well, if I die right now, then you'll get a heart, and then we'll make sure that it's all good. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth grade version of yourself will finally be fine because the future current version of you is fine, which will help the past version. And it just became like a whole mess of things.
That's the issue.
It was really easy to follow with the pacing of the movie.
It's kind of hard to explain because, like, you know,
when you're watching it, you've already been here for like a good 30 minutes and you're figuring things out. But with us just talking about like, oh yeah, these are the characters and these are the points, it's impossible.
It just sounds really complicated, but it's pretty seamless.
It's done so well because that kind of stuff can get really muddy and really complicated super fast. The hardest part for me was being like, who's that character again? At the very beginning of the movie, you know?
Anyways, the day comes, the 24th comes, and he has decided to fucking not do anything. But we also see that like his he gets called to the hospital, and the younger version of her is not doing well. And I think
worse.
And that really fucking solidifies it. Like in his mind, he doesn't verbalize it or anything, but you can tell, right? Like
and they've each said things to each other, which shows like, yeah, this older version, she does matter. She is a real person. They went and did this whole like wedding day thing where they were trying to do wedding shopping and try to find a venue
to make her feel
like bridal thing.
What it felt like to be like married or whatever, because she was trying to like if she never got around to it, at least she could feel what it was like to get maybe married one day.
Right. And a little bit of back and forth between that is she has been in love with him her whole life essentially since they ran into each other back in junior high, which is current days right now. He said some stuff to her that she really held true to her heart, and then since she's been older, she's been influenced by that and has always just had these feelings about him. So she's able to kind of live out that fantasy for a day. And it kind of makes her feel like, well, now I know what things would be like. And she opens up a bit. I thought they did such a good job with that.
Yeah.
They really did a good job with all of the emotional aspects.
Here's a bit that happens. Main character knows when and where this is supposed to happen. He gets told the wrong information on purpose. She tells him, hey, it's on this intersection. You know, it's actually like a few intersections over. He runs to the spot where he's supposed to get hit by a car, by the way. And he's gonna fucking get, I mean, it's also snowing, right? So there's like, you know, some fucking traction, blah, blah, blah. Car's gonna hit him, or a big old bus is gonna hit him or something. And it's like, oh fuck, this is it. He's gonna kill himself.
He's ready.
And then his girlfriend, bunny girl Senpai, jumps out of, you know, through the fucking a huge Yu Yu Hakusho, just pushes him out of the way. Fucking gets blasted by the van or whatever. And you know, he wakes up and she's like on the ground, bloodied, fucking dead.
Yeah, when my fucking died,
it was brutal.
The whole theater was just like silent. Nobody was expecting that.
I really wasn't.
At this point in the movie, there were so many other things I was expecting. Mai hadn't been around very much.
Yeah, she was doing like filming for a TV show or a movie or something.
All the points where she was in the show, you're just like, man, she's fucking great. But honestly, future past girl, also really fucking good, great. Like the more that they showed her, the more I was like,
maybe she should live. Yeah,
I want her to live so bad. But I don't want Mai to be sad.
Yeah, which would be the worst.
There's just so many parts. And I'm like, all I was thinking about is how much I don't want Mai to be sad. So when she died, I lost my goddamn mind. Yeah, I did not expect her to die.
Perfect solution. She can't be sad if she's dead.
Yeah, and I was devastated.
When that happened, it was pretty brutal. I think the best part is that I thought in my head, future girl was going to be the one that pushes him out of the way. Future girl kills herself in the future, you know, ending this weird loop. That was gonna be the end of it, right? And I go, but it didn't happen, right? And instead it was mine. I go, oh, cool, what a good twist, right? Like what a good like out of nowhere kind of situation. And then it gets really fucking dark because we have to see our main character deal. It's like 4 days, right, of this happening, like him dealing with, you know, the death of his girlfriend,
seeing it on TV over and over
because she's famous, right? You know, his friends coming over and being like, hey, we have to sequester you to my house because fucking news people and paparazzi are going to show up because they know where you live, you know. They have to fucking interview you. It's just like all this fucking...
It's a mess.
It's a huge mess. And our homeboy is like fucking done. Like he's like wandering the streets in like his tracksuit, depressed out of his mind. Yeah. And then he runs into Future Girl.
And he's like, what the fuck?
Right.
I thought we did this.
Yeah. And then she explains it's like, well, like Mai was also a donor. I got her heart. That's why I'm here now. And he's like, oh, fuck, you know, and she takes him to the hospital, like lays him down in a bed. Maybe it's a school, actually. It's a school. And then the infirmary or whatever. And she's like talking to him. And this whole time, I was really convinced at least because it went on. It just kept going.
It went on way longer
than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I was very convinced that Mai was dead.
I didn't know how they would end it. The whole time, I'm like, how the fuck will they end this movie? Because she's dead, so they gotta end on like a lighter note. But how?
Yeah, there was 2 times in this movie where I was just like, "Oh fuck, are they gonna end it like this? That's fucking brutal." They didn't end it. This is the first time we passed that. So, the future girl's talking to him about Mai, and you know he's devastated. He goes like, "Oh man," it's like I never wanted that. You know, I wanted it to be me. Blah blah blah. And she just goes, "Don't worry about it, we'll fix it." And I go, of course you're going to fix it. And how? Time travel. Because who the fuck cares how it works, right?
Honestly, I was a little bit upset at this point. But
I thought it felt like kind of a cop-out, but in my head I was like, yeah, it's the easiest way to do it. I guess they're going to do it. So she gives him some sort of...
fine with it, but whatever.
She gives him some sort of medicine and like it puts him to sleep. And she's like, hey, when you wake up, you have to find somebody that can see you because you're not going to be able to. No one's going to be able to see you. So she's like,
and apparently the only way that the time travel thing works is if he's asleep and like fully willing to time travel. Mm-hmm. She could do some weird time travel stuff because
doesn't really. They don't delve too much into it.
You know, it's just some puberty syndrome shit. That's all that matters.
So he gets sent back in time. He ends up wearing a bunny suit, which is pretty funny because you know.
That's how the show starts.
So he wears a big old bunny suit, like a pink bunny suit, and he finds someone that can see him, which is a former character in an earlier episode that also went through previous puberty syndrome.
And I really like her. Yeah. She's awesome.
Now that he's able to be visible, he's able to talk to people. He even talks to himself on the phone and tries to explain himself, hey, don't do this. This is horrible. And being the character he is, right? Future self telling past self, hey, don't do this. You're going to fucking regret it. Past self is now doubled down and says, fuck you, future self. I know me better than you know me. You know, it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
I love that. He's like, of course I would be that stubborn. God damn it.
Yeah.
He's so mad.
He ends up talking to Mai. He's happy to see Mai because Mai is in the past, right? Still alive. Makes Mai promise not to do what she's doing because Mai's been planning to do this the whole time, right?
Mai is such a smart person.
Really good character.
I love her. So like main character is like the best boy, but Mai is just super smart and super supportive and kind of like a raunchy bitch. Let's just say that.
She's so good. She almost wins the title of best boy. That's how good she is. Almost stole it from our guy.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. So our future version of our main character, then in the bunny suit, then goes and saves the past version himself, essentially ending the whole loop because now there's no heart for the character for the young girl, right? That's like so then they see her in the hospital. She passes away. It's this really sad endeavor, but then they notice that her sheet is still being written on, right? Like it's still active. And then they have a conversation about maybe they can influence past, elementary version girl to change things somehow, right? Like maybe they can convince her not to fear the future because that's where the stem of her puberty syndrome is coming from.
Yeah.
Her being too afraid to write down what she wants to happen in the future is what made all these time travel versions of her. So he very crudely draws a flower, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe this will do it. The big drawback here is that they think, well, if they fix the past version of her, right? She never sees him in high school version on the beach. That essentially doesn't lead him to go into the high school that he goes to, which doesn't lead him to meeting Bunny Girl Senpai or all the other characters, right? So he would have to erase his entire past.
Which is pretty bullshit for any viewer of this show. But also the boldest goddamn thing to do. Which was just reset a show.
Which was the second point where I was like, holy fuck, are they really going to like this? Which would
honestly, this is some like Haruhi level shit, you know?
Which would have led to us being like, cool, all those 12 episodes you watched, none of that fucking matters. None of in canon, right? Like it would have been wiped away. You would have seen season 1, watched this movie, and then realized all season 1 doesn't matter anymore. And then they could have done, say they do season 2 and they go, cool, let's fucking start from scratch, which would have been
you
like,
start watching and you're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah. Which in my head is like, I was like, that would be such a bold decision.
I would love it.
That'd be, yeah. As a person who likes creative, situations, creative writing, creative, like just different things, right? I'd been like, that would be fucking sick. You know how fucking
nuts,
You know
man.
how many fucking mad people would be in the world right now?
So many.
That'd be awesome. And then we're almost led to believe that is what happens. We see snippets of him going to school,
and this is the point where they didn't need to have the movie.
Yeah.
They could have just ended
left it on a very blank note, and we don't know what happens, right?
And then we could have explored kind of what happens in like a very quick episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
Or something.
But instead we see him like kind of going through the motions, and we slowly see him meeting or being a part of people's lives that he has been a part of in the past, like the girl that he saw him in the bunny suit, his best friend, the glasses
But it's like
chick.
a really fast montage
Yeah.
too. But it shows a lot that happens. And for me, I'm like, okay, so like I didn't need this to be part of the movie. I didn't want this to be part of the movie. But it was, watching it, I'm like, oh, fuck. So many good things happen in the TV show. Man,
Yeah.
such a good show. Such a good time. And you're watching it like, fuck, it was emotional too. I forgot about how emotional it was.
And we see him after after this flash, and he's meeting up with everybody, and we find out that that he's not very clear of what happened, but he has all his friends, he has his girlfriend still, they're still in love, their life essentially is at the status quo, right? Like it's back to normal. I don't know if he still has puberty syndrome. I don't, it's not clear. But we do see this. I thought it might have ended right here. This weird homage where like we see Mai and him walking past like a store, and there's a poster promoting a role that she's playing.
Yeah.
And the role is this like, yeah, I had to be girl, with cancer that fights cancer, walking on the beach. It's like, yeah, that was for some reason that role spoke to me, and I go, fucking lame. I was like, you fucking losers, I was like, ugh. I know why it fucking speaks to you, because I watched this fucking entire movie, but you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then they're still walking on the beach, and we see a younger version of this girl, and she's running on the beach, and her parents are there, and he calls out to her, and she sees him, and she cries, and they're really happy, and then that's how the movie ends. I don't know how I felt.
liked that very last moment, honestly.
Did you really?
I really liked that last moment, but I feel like the entire last sequence of, hey, everything's fine, don't worry, everyone's still friends, just different things happen a little bit, but like everyone still knows each other and they're all homies. And then that didn't need to be there, but because that was there, I appreciated that last bit of like everyone still comes together because they have those connections. So like inside of their
them,
yeah, that's essentially what it was trying to say.
Yeah. That didn't matter. It didn't matter that all that shit got erased. They still know who they are, like on a weird, like deep level.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't like it is just because the fucking, I guess I'm not gonna say the legal issues of it, but like the issue of him knowing this child who he's never met before, right? Calling her by name, him calling him back, and then the two parents being there, like, how the fuck do you know my daughter, right? Like, and then how do you explain the situation, right? Like, the aftermath.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a lot more to
exactly
it.
the aftermath of this, in real life, right? That's what I feel like. That's a little weird, because how do you explain that to somebody? Because say he runs up to her and like she wants a hug. Yeah, get fucking away from my daughter,
Yeah. Well, that could be a matter of when your daughter had heart issues. I had these blah, 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 whatever they can do to explain it. That being said, who knows why he knew her or if he knew why or whatever.
Or if he knew why he knew her. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the bit where I'm just like, this movie could have ended two different times, right? And I would have been like, way, it would have been like, holy fucking shit, this is insane.
Man, absolutely.
Imagine Bunny Girl Senpai dying, and then our main character just being this horrible mess, right? Yeah. And then maybe the future version there is there to console him. Like maybe that's just the end of the movie, right? Now that's that's such a low point for everything, right?
But that would be the most devastating death in like any media.
That'd be so wild.
I mean, in Game of Thrones, there were some pretty big deaths where people were like, "Oh fuck, I'm so sad that character's dead."
It's right up there with Bambi. Again, Bambi's mom getting shot. It's
Bambi's mom.
It's pretty sad.
The beginning of Up. Like it's hardcore, dude.
Yeah, because then we'd have to like in this world that doesn't exist in this other timeline, we'd have to be like, "Hey man, have you ever watched Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai?" It's like, no. It's like, oh, dude, it's so good. And then you go, wait for the fucking movie though. It's gonna fucking wreck you. Like imagine that. We didn't get that. Now we also didn't get the bit where everything gets erased and then we get a season 2 and he has to start over.
Yep.
Also would have been fucking dope. Really shitty, really cool though.
If Makoto Shinkai made the movie,
he would have done it right. There would have been way better. The rain would have been way better.
Hang on. I fucking loved the animation. I loved the music. I loved everything. The music and the movie. And goddamn, just watching it made me so pumped. Every part of it made me so excited in different ways and so emotionally invested. This wasn't a tearjerker. I was fucking devastated, like I said, but I was shocked. Oh, yeah. So I couldn't, no tears were coming when my died. I was just fucking shocked.
I for sure didn't cry. There's people in theaters who were like crying, a little sad.
I heard some sniffles.
The sniffles, and I'm just like,
I was tearing up.
I didn't tear up, and I didn't cry either. But I for sure be like, ooh, that's brutal. But in my head, I was like, kind of thinking more like again logistically of like, how is this going to end, or being like, how are they going to fix this?
Yeah, I wasn't so concerned with the situation, but just like the things that they were saying to each other and what they meant to each other, and how everything was orchestrated and done. I felt like that was a very powerful kind of way that everyone was connected.
So when it comes to the animation, as soon as it started, it just instantly felt like the show.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is just the TV show. It didn't even feel like, oh, this is the movie version of the TV show.
It felt like the show. And the thing is, the quality of the animation of the show is really good.
It's so good.
So that it just kind of seamlessly blends into a movie. Sometimes you watch a movie, right, and that's based off an anime or whatever, and like the quality the budget goes way higher, and you go, holy shit, it's visually, it's so much more visually stunning. No, this is
fortunately no.
This is Cloverworks without a doubt. Like
they give us such good quality. But one thing that I noticed that I don't remember from the TV show is they did have a lot of shots that were adjusting focus. So you did have things in the foreground which were blurry, like they had the cats fucking around with whatever, but they weren't really doing a whole lot in the foreground. They were just doing cute cat shit. Meanwhile, you can watch the characters doing some real conversation about what's going on and how to fix what's happening. Then the cats are just kind of hanging out, but they're blurred.
I don't remember seeing that in the show. I
don't remember it from the show,
but also didn't catch in the movie because maybe just I missed it.
But I really liked it.
But the bit that did for sure bring me right back down to like, oh, this is for sure like exactly the show. There's the shot where a car's driving by and I go, that's 3D animation. Or like there's like students like walking up and down the hill. I go like, that's 3D animation. Because they use that in the show and I go, fucking cutting corners, Cloverworks. I know you're trying to save some money here, you little fuckers. And they did it for the movie too. So I go, all right, I see you. I know what's going on here. But that's something I called out on the show before. It's still a great show.
It looks beautiful.
But I just go, you fucking sons of bitches.
Come on, you
draw that fucking car, you bastard. Yeah, man, fucking sounds good. Soundtrack's great. I don't know, man. It's a really good movie. Was it perfect? I don't think it was perfect. Like when you and I talk about movies, we always put like, Your Name and like a silent voice way up there.
Yeah, they are.
What is it? The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Like those are like
way up there.
Some of our favorite like anime movies in more recent times.
Yeah, Wolf Children.
Yeah, Wolf Children. Fucking
anything Satoshi Kon does pretty much.
Yeah. Fucking The Girl Up Through Time, right? Like, there's just so many good movies. Does this movie like stack up with them? I don't know if it does. Like, I think it's a very good movie based off of a very good show. Like that's like continues off.
It's an amazing continuation of a TV show. But because it doesn't stand alone as a movie, it's hard because it requires so much more context for things to matter. Yeah. So it's hard to warrant it as a film versus a continuation of a TV show.
Yes, exactly. That's my biggest thing. I think like it's solid, but I mean, I can't tell anybody to watch this and have them and have them have the same impact that they had on myself.
Yeah. You would have to be like,
watch this show,
then watch this.
Yeah.
And then report back to me.
And then we can talk.
I guess like 2 weeks, get back to me.
That's a lot more work than just being like, hey man, here's a silent voice, or here's a fucking, The Girl Up Through Time or whatever.
Right.
Just check
and
this
you
out.
want to tell people that don't watch anime, hey, check out this shit. But since it's such a difficult entry into anime with it being like, all right, bunny girl senpai, this is some weird weeb shit.
Yeah.
I don't trust like that. Then you get our main character who's just like saying some weird kind of perverted shit. But then you realize, oh,
he's in high school.
this is amazing.
This is great.
We were
this
all
feels
like
so.
that.
This feels so real.
It's
Yeah,
very genuine, true.
Yeah, man, it's really good. I don't think I'm trying to think like just trying to like mentally picture like if I've seen other animes continuation movies like this. I don't think I have. This might be the first one.
Not continuation, but
I know that we're waiting for the Made in Abyss continuation movie, and I wonder if it's going to have this. If I'm going to have this same feeling for that as like, am I going to feel kind of like it was good? Is it a standalone movie? I don't think so. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a problem with that.
well, you go get Firefly and Serenity, for example.
Never seen either of those,
All right. Well,
but I know of both of them.
I know a lot of people that watched Serenity and had never watched Firefly. I decided to wait and watch both together. I don't understand how you could watch Serenity without Firefly. I feel like they need each other.
Okay, so
because it was a continuation, but it also strayed away and it kind of did its own thing.
Yeah,
but it was a continuation. I feel like that's the closest thing that I'm aware of.
that you could correlate that to this. Yeah, because I mean,
unless you want to count the Rugrats movie, because Dill would have never been in the show. If,
holy fuck, dude!
Rugrats did it first.
Movie.
Who would have thought?
Rugrats did it first. I don't know, man. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. It's for sure for people who've seen the show before. Cloverworks is still killing it. That's the people that's who I can recommend it to. If you like the Rascal, because it's not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, check out the movie when you get a chance. It's not going to be like, if you don't watch it, you're missing out on this amazing thing. It's better than lame ass OVAs that come out.
Oh, way better, yeah.
It for sure feels very true to the source anime, and I don't know, maybe it's also very true to I think these are light novels, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think they're light novels.
Honestly, it's just another story arc. Just watch it.
Yeah.
If you like the show, there's no reason for you to not to watch this. Right now, I guess the reason would be
you can't find it somewhere.
Yeah, you can't get it anywhere. But soon enough, Crunchyroll's been streaming a lot of different movies and stuff. So maybe Crunchyroll's going to get it. Who knows?
Yeah.
We will keep you up to date when it's available. I'll tell you that much.
For sure. Well, that's it, man. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about anything more.
Nothing else to say? Cool, man. Well, that was the episode. Thanks for listening. Next week, we're going to do a wrap-up of this last season of anime. Maybe it's a little late, but honestly, we have a lot of things that have kind of piled up near the end.
Yeah, there's just stuff that's been going on. I'm like, did we already do our wrap-up?
Haven't even done it,
week?
No. Next week, we're doing that. Week after that, we'll be doing the preview. So some shows...
Which is fine because...
1 or 2, maybe 3 episodes
I think, maybe, but... Some shows aren't airing until like the 15th.
Which is going to...
So that'll be just before we record.
Yeah. So, so that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple weeks. Tune in if you want to listen to us and check out what's good or what we think is worth watching this season of anime.
Yeah.
If you like our logo, hit up Aaron at TurboTops.com. If you like our theme song, check out Tom Nasser on SoundCloud and YouTube. Trip, where can you find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast Benefit.
You can shoot us an email, instantRamenPodcast@gmail.com. And thank you guys so much for listening this week. I've had a really fun time just watching anime, talking about it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have fun listening to us.
This is bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.